Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, a full hour of Team Dodge Juggle.
A sport you invented.
We don't have to mention that.
All right.
I'm Jason Garfield. I'm joined by John Wee and Owen Morse, collectively known as the Passing Zone.
We are.
And together as a team, we are going to serve as your ambassadors for the sport of Team Dodge Juggle. Now we have an 8-team Dodge Juggle tournament just bursting at the seams. In some cases, literally.
Yeah, apparently it's not a big calorie burner.
Well, I mean, you have to do it at least more than once a year.
I suppose.
But all you at home have to do is keep your channel locked in on the Ocho, keep your eyes open, and get ready for Dodge Juggle 3.
Revenge of Dodgeballs!
Las Vegas, the microbial petri dish where the sport of Dodge Juggle was conceived. Where else can you throw your balls at a juggler and not be sent to the principal's office? A sport where being the best raises more questions that start with the word why rather than how. A sport where hits to the head are severely penalized and heavily encouraged. And a sport more viral than fake news, cat videos, and super gonorrhea combined. Live from Las Vegas, this is Dodge Juggle 3, Revenge of the Dodgeballs. Brought to you by the Passing Zone.
Thank you, Adam, Candee, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on the time zone in which you're currently watching. I'm Jason Garfield, just one of 4 hosts that are going to be doing our best to capture and present Team Dodge Juggle to you in the highest quality resolution GoPro has to offer.
Not a sponsor.
Although we're open to negotiation.
Actually, you guys were a big help this year in sponsoring the court, literally saving Dodge Juggle 3.
Hey, you know, we feel that the world needs more Dodge Juggle, and we'll do anything we can to make sure that continues.
And when he says anything we can, he means primarily what we've done up until this point.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam, how are things going over there at the kids' table?
I'm excited. The 3rd year of Dodge Juggle, Revenge of the Dodgeball, exclusively on the Ocho. This is going to be lit. This is going to be fire. This is lava. Let's crank this baby up and see what she can do.
Cool, here, have a donut.
Are these vegan?
Today we have 8 of the world's best Dodge Juggle teams battling it out for the coveted first place title. Returning champions Curious Codes and Hypertrophy the favorites, each team having 1 win under their belt over the past 2 years. The Curious Codes team brought such a large virtual reality group to SkillCon this year that they formed a second team. They're known as Team by Curious Codes. Also in the tournament this year, Lightspeed Saber League, Speed Cube Solvers, flowtoys, Double Decker, and 4 kids and a fat guy.
Down on the court reffing is my twin brother Earl Hepner, making sure none of the rules are violated, if you know what I mean.
I didn't know you had a brother.
Yeah, well, I do. I mean, clearly I can't be here and on the court at the same time.
That makes sense.
Great. Well, I'm excited, and I'm glad we saved Dodge Juggle. Let's get started.
Adam, you're up.
All right, thanks John, Owen, and Jason. Let's play some Team Dodge Juggle. We're kicking this off with Curious Codes against By Curious Codes.
Yes, smash that donut. On Team Curious Codes, we have Rocco Creepy Legs Valenti, Jeremy Crypt Dodson, Jay Hex Dump Corpy, Leah the Enforcer Dodson, Aaron Barn Door Taylor, and Joe Fisher as their 5 Club Juggler. And on Team By Curious Codes, Evelyn Foran and Sandy Mouse Clark, Casey Clutch Clark with Johnny Mac McFellin, and rounding out the team, Sean Dr. Punkab Palka, and Josh Horton is their 5 Club Juggler. The rules are simple. Take out the opposing team's 5 Club Juggler before they take out yours by making them drop at least 1 club. Clubs are the things many think are pins, but we're juggling here, not bowling. Hits to the face of only the juggler void the takedown, and that's only if the ref sees it or if enough people complain to the ref, and only if he then feels intimidated. And we're playing best 2 out of 3 games in this international double elimination Team Dodge Juggle tournament. Adam.
Yes, sir, and we are off. Round 1 between Curious Codes and By Curious Codes. Here's Johnny Mac McFarlane firing up over the top, and a win for By Curious Codes.
They do know it's 2 out of 3, right?
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, it's a bold choice.
Yeah.
It's not the choice I would make.
We see Johnny Mac going over the top, off the back wall, knocking out the club. Johnny Mac McFarlane with the winning shot right up to the line comes Johnny Mac. He goes for the high arcing rainbow and the white whale celebration from Johnny Mac.
That seems like that's his go-to. Like, it didn't look like there was a whole lot of thought put into it. It was more like muscle memory.
Right.
Yeah. Say goodbye to these. probably every time he finishes a line of code.
Shirt up.
Round 2 by Curious Codes and Curious Codes. Whoa, Johnny Mac nearly taken out at the legs, and Josh Horton took that one right in the hand as Curious Codes knots this one up at 1. Joe Fisher and Curious Codes in the tie as you see that one come on the bounce right by Casey Clutch Clark and up into Josh Horton. It was Hexstump. Jay Corpy getting the winning shot. Round 3, this is the deciding round between Curious Codes and by Curious Codes as Josh Horton takes that one off the shoulder, but at the same time, Joe Fisher lost the club on a direct hit. Beautiful looking shot, taking it out, and we have a double out here in this round. We will do the rubber match one more time.
They've got one job.
And he did have some amazing vertical on that leap. I don't think we'll get to see it again.
There might be some error.
Off to the races they go. First shot, nice block by Johnny Mac, but in the process goes right back into his own juggler, takes out Josh Horton with that aggressive defense. You see here Johnny Mac, that's a good body block, but unfortunately it is a self-injury at the same time as Johnny Mac knocked the club out. So by Curious Codes becomes the first team to take a seat in the losers bracket. Curious Codes advancing to round 2.
All right, next match between Lightspeed Saber League and 4 Kids and a Fat Guy. Lightspeed's team featuring Les Valenzuela, Saleshi Kwashi, Michelle Wright with Daniel Limon Martinez with Matan Presberg as their juggler. Team 4 Kids and a Fat Guy featuring 4 kids and a fat guy. Eivind Dragsjø as their juggler.
Round 1, 4 Kids and a Fat Guy, Lightspeed Saber League. It's Eivind Dragsjø and Matan Presberg. Matan quickly losing a club on that play, but how about Les Valenzuela? That shot came after the whistle from the southpaw. And that victory is going to go to 4 Kids and a Fat Guy. Eivind Dragsjø with the victory. You see the kid with the fire up over the top, takes the club out, but at the same time you see Les Valenzuela with the shot after the whistle.
He may not be doing this for the points.
Well, he may just be doing it for the fans, but his team gets no points for that takedown.
Not only is Dodge Juggle good, clean family fun, it's also excellent high-intensity interval training.
Good, clean family fun, but when 3 balls are coming at your face, it sure doesn't feel like it. How about the little ones and the big man? Matan with an onslaught, 3 balls coming at him at once, not able to keep them all in the air, all 5 clubs. And Lightspeed Saber League joins by Curious Codes in the losers bracket. 4 Kids and the Fat Guy advancing to round 2.
Coming up next, the second half of round 1 with teams Speed Cube Solvers, flowtoys, Double Decker, and Hypertrophy. Does it get better than this?
It all started with an idea: to sell shoes on the internet. While it seems normal now, back in 1999, it was virtually unheard of. So we dedicated ourselves to service, and it paid off. We grew, and our little venture became so much more. We made connections and happy partnerships, all while delivering happiness. We've stayed committed to service and created fun and a little weirdness along the way. And we've never lost sight of what really matters, putting family first and continuing to expand past our limits. So here's to 20 years of memories and many more ahead. We can't wait to see what's next, because after all, a great brand is a story that never stops unfolding.
Dodge Juggle 3, Revenge of the Dodgeballs, is brought to you by The Passing Zone. Dangerous stunts, big laughs at PassingZone.com. Zappos.com, free shipping, free returns, worry-free shopping, and an unbelievable selection. Zappos.com. Jason Garfield's Fast Food. He fasts and then he foods. JasonGarfield.com. Welcome back to Dodge Juggle 3, Revenge of the Dodgeballs, exclusively on the Ocho. Speed Cube Solvers are about to take on the 2016 Dodge Juggle champions, Team Hypertrophy.
Speed Cube Solvers have scrambled together an impressive team featuring Keenan Johnson, Daniel Hayes, Trip Peters, Kit Clement, Bradley Sampson, and their fearless leader, Shelly Chang. Eivind Dragsjø can't seem to get enough Dodge Juggle, so he's playing on multiple teams this year. Sure, why not? Hypertrophy's branched chain amino acids consisting of Yuri Marmerstein, Saline Yeager, Jamie Stroud, Otley Brown, and Dontel Hood. And Noah Schmeissner as their 5-club juggler that they're supposed to protect.
Round 1, Speed Cube Solvers versus Hypertrophy.
Jamie Stroud, better be careful how many calories he burns in this match. He does not have any fat left to spare.
Eivind Dragsjø, for as good as he was in 1-on-5, loses the club there. It's a double out, though, as Noah Schmeissner loses one. Kit Clement, Bradley Sampson playing the defense.
Now, is there any talk about having a referee on each side who signals the moment a club hits the ground? Because if you watch a little replay on some of these double outs,
yeah, they're not exactly synced. That would require us to double the amount of refs we have.
It's like a sandwich.
he backed into it.
Yeah, how's that going to help?
And he doesn't have a shirt on.
Well, if it is going to help, that's probably a question best left for Ollie to answer there. But as you can see,
Let's watch it a few times.
there is some incentive for him to do it again.
Ollie Brown got more than he bargained for on that one. All right, we'll do it over again after the double out.
Let's see what he does here. He's backing up. He's getting up. He's kind of asking for it.
Okay, come on.
Asking for it.
Eivind Dragsjø keeping it in the air.
Oh man, here we go. Let's see. This is Ollie's second attempt at getting to know Noah.
Give the juggler some spin.
Ollie can't stay out of the way of his own juggler. Speed Cube Solvers off to a 1-0 lead.
All right.
Ollie backing it up again.
Here he goes again, a third time.
Wow, it's like a pattern.
Okay.
Ollie Brown backs right in there. I mean, he and Dontel are in the way. Noah Schmeissner has to go for relief from his own team.
His pants seem to be pulling themselves down. Is that really happening?
I think he's doing his job wrong.
You see Yuri Marmerstein firing away. You see Jamie Stroud firing away. These guys have no shirts on. You can see why.
Look at the lean muscle mass on this team.
Yeah.
If your body looks like that, keep your shirt where it belongs. For them, it's off. For me, it's on. And in a surprise upset, Hypertrophy going into the loser's bracket just after their first match. They won this tournament 2 years ago, but now they have to fight to stay alive. Speed Cube Solvers proving you don't have to be as ripped as Jamie Stroud to win a round of Dodge Juggle.
No, but it helps. Moving on, Double Decker versus flowtoys. A team glowing with vision, led by Sean Van Stad, Brian Thompson, Grant Bishop, Kyra Bishop, and Dakota Hall. Noah Schmeissner as their juggler, Double Decker with Andrew Ketchum, Mike Van Arman, and 3 randos that preferred not to give their name. They picked the right sport to hide in plain sight, and Matan Presberg as their juggler. I get why they call themselves Double Decker. There is no rule preventing team members stacking, so maybe we should bring Dodge Juggle to Spain for the Human Tower competition to see if there's any takers. Maybe a different division. Dodge Tower. You know, just knock the kids off the top.
Double Decker has the high defense in front of the clubs, as this round is lasting longer than many of our rounds because we have some defensive strategies going on. Oh, right there, we see Sean Van Stad's head backing into Noah's clubs.
The club just goes right into this dude's head, and he actually makes these vision glow clubs. Sean Van Stad, or Sean Van Stade. Watch his head, look, club knob right into the head.
Yeah, doesn't even feel it.
We're still going.
We're still going. That was nothing.
I didn't notice anything.
My clubs don't hurt me.
Noah Schmeissner has been taken out 3 separate times by his own defenders, and Noah Schmeissner can do nothing about it. All right, Double Decker, 1-0, Matan Presberg, the 5-club juggler for them. We see Presberg trying to get low, staying behind a couple of defenders. Double Decker, well, they just keep that defense right where it starts. They're going with a static strategy for their juggler. Balls flying back and forth, no one succeeding as we have a very heavy defensive strategy going on for these teams. Schmeissner and Presberg are well defended here in round 2 of this battle. Ball up over the top, then that's how you're going to get it. You go over the top of Double Decker, you come off the wall, and that's how flowtoys gets a victory.
Earl Hepner's in pretty good shape.
Grant and Kyra Bishop working together, able to get one into the back, right over the top. Not much that can be done on that one for Matan, as that ball was something he couldn't do anything about. I mean, how do you stop one coming off the back wall and taking out your club? Round 3 begins. Sean Van Stad fired up. Matan Presberg, unprotected, rebound shot off the wall and into the back of Presberg's head. Double Decker did not defend Matan that time, but it ends up in a double out. We're going to redo round 3 one more time. As you watch the replay, you'll see that almost simultaneously you're going to see clubs go down on both sides. That is a double out, says our referee, and we're going to do round 3 between Double Decker and flowtoys over again. Double Decker has switched up the defensive strategy. They want to get a few more balls over the line, and they do just that. Noah Schmeissner's club is down, and Double Decker pulls out the victory. You'll see Van Stad and Bishop on the defense. That one tips off of Bishop.
That was a nice little Elaine dance. He did the Elaine dance.
Trying to hang on here is Schmeissner, and finally the defense gets in the way, the club goes down, and Noah Schmeissner is done for. Get another look at this. It's a multi-angle attack. Schmeissner took one right off the shoulder.
So Noah's just a little distracted, and you see one of those clubs went a little higher because he just jerked it up there. Can you say that?
We held on to it pretty long.
And flowtoys becomes the last team to be sent into the losers bracket out of round 1. Round 2 of the winners bracket coming up right after this.
What is Zappos? Allow us to introduce ourselves. We're your one-stop shop for shoes, clothing, handbags, and a whole lot more. Simply put, Zappos is you, and we're here for you 24/7. Whether you need the latest and greatest in footwear or a new piece of luggage, we'll always ship it fast and free. Add to that free returns and a 1-year return policy, and you'll be set for a worry-free shopping adventure. So let us help deliver happiness to your front door. Shop on Zappos.com today.
Alrighty then, we are back with round 2 of the winners bracket in Dodge Juggle 3.
Revenge of the Dodgeballs.
Starting with Team 4 Kids and a Fat Guy up against the 2017 Dodge Juggle champions, Curious Codes. The attack coming from the left-hand side for Curious Codes. Dragsjø went low, trying to stay below the attack.
Well, Fat Guy.
But lost a couple of clubs in the process, and Eivind takes defeat as Curious Codes coming from different angles the attack for Curious Codes. 1-0 lead. Joe Fisher, notice where he is. This is not the normal strategy. Joe Fisher is all the way over in the right-hand corner, and he is well defended as he tries to stay all the way away from the attacks. And Eivind Dragsjø has 1 defender and 1 club down. And that's 1 too many. Curious Codes moving on to round 3. 4 Kids and the Fat Guy being sent down below. All right, the quarterfinals. Speed Cube Solvers, Team Double Decker, Dragsjø and Matan Presberg. Round 1 begins. Van Erman left to defend Presberg alone.
Oh, taken out immediately.
Wow.
In the face.
Eivind Dragsjø took that one directly to the face. You see a couple of defenders.
It's just, you can see his face ripple, the cheek skin ripple back and forth.
And there's that 3 coming at the same time, so he really couldn't look in all places.
Shots to the head are illegal. We're going to redo round 1. Presberg and Dragsjø. Here comes the attack from the left side on Dragsjø. Club goes down.
That was another between the leg shot. Through Kit Clemens', well, we'll say feet, but well, look how wide he's standing. He has it, or it buckles his knees, but too late. And that's the shot that did it. Through the leg, up in and down.
Yeah.
All up in his junk.
Right through the legs.
Bam!
Bouncing on through the defense. All right, round 2 begins. Kit Clemens keeping his knees closer together this time. Mike Van Erman deflecting every ball coming at Presberg.
Mike Van Erman doing a really good job of deflecting all of those throws coming in. That's something you can't do in dodgeball, though.
You see Matan Presberg take one off the shoulder, and that is the end of the round, but it is ruled a double out.
Another double out. We see Daniel Hayes right there with the throw that took out Presberg. Bam!
We'll see both jugglers losing a club at roughly the same time. Matan Presberg off the right arm, lost the club off the left side. Eivind Dragsjø right off the cheek. Eivind has been a magnet for dodgeballs to the face. 1-0 lead, Double Decker over Speed Cube Solvers, as we're going to do round 2 over after the double out. Eivind and Matan. Oh, great catch out front by Van Erman on that play.
He's blocking balls he doesn't need to block.
Yeah. All right, this is a good run.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
Bam, bam.
Okay.
Now using the ball to fight off other balls, using some of those dodgeball strategies that have made him a member of Team USA 2 times over. Great defense by Double Decker. A victory as Dragsjø loses the club.
Those speed cube solvers are more athletic than you would have thought.
The Double Decker Randos moving on to round 3. They will face off against last year's champions, Curious Codes. Speed cube solvers will have to spend a little more time solving this puzzle. Curious Codes now facing off against Double Decker in the semifinals. Curious Codes and Double Decker, Matan Presberg against Joe Fisher, the 2 5-club jugglers. Van Erman with the defense on Presberg. He is a tall, lanky defender. He gives you very little room to throw at the juggler. Again, Joe Fisher employing that unique strategy over on the right side, defending.
Oh, that went right through.
Yeah.
Good concentration on the part of
Yes,
Matan.
Right.
Impressive.
That single pattern's still going. Oh, my.
Wow, all those balls are going right through the pattern.
Finally.
Porous pattern.
This round's a double out. Great fire by Jeremy Dodson right to the top.
Bang shot right there.
Jeremy Dodson thought he had the victory. Look at that celebration. But at the same time, what was happening behind him? Joe having trouble keeping the clubs in the air by himself.
These clubs are great to watch too. They really add to this sport.
Yeah, I can't picture doing these without glow clubs after this year.
Yeah.
And so we are doing round 1 again, as many times as it takes until we get an undisputed win. Creepy Legs hanging back, protecting Joe Fisher. Still no score here as we do over round 1. Mike Van Erman continues to defend strongly.
Oh, that was an unforced error, I believe.
Curious Code's going to pick up the victory here. We see Matan Presberg with that shot high up off the wall, taking one down out of mid-air.
Look at where it was going. Look at where his hand is.
Right there.
Where the ball hits the top, and then watch his hand. It just knocked it enough to not be lined up with his hand. Yeah, it just slowed it down a little bit. Right at the top.
Right there.
It's a difficult strategy to employ. It's not easy to go up and just contact the club in midair trying to hit the moving target. But if you can, there's very little that the juggler can do about it. Joe Fisher over on the right side trying to stay out of his own way as Van Erman doing a fantastic defensive job for Matan Presberg, who took a little contact on the club. Joe Fisher over on the right side. Oh, that one was directly to the face of Joe Fisher. Looking for some intervention from the official as Joe Fisher took a direct shot to the face. I mean, that one was mouth-to-mouth contact.
Oh man, Earl Hepner being accosted by the entire Curious Codes team. I'm going to assume their argument is that they should get the point since they did take out Matan, and the face shot to Fisher clearly doesn't count.
Oh, good.
Here we go. Oh. Yeah.
And when you do this with your hand,
You know something.
You know you're out.
Hit your face.
Bam!
Oh.
Right in his beak.
Oh, and was that maybe the ball hit the club into his face?
That's
oh my nose.
Rocco Creepy Legs Valenti could not knock that ball away. Joe Fisher took one off the club, then directly to the face.
There,
Yes.
the green club.
Man.
Club to the face.
That's a strike.
All
You
right.
got all 5.
Maybe we should award points based on how many clubs go down. Curious Codes makes it to the finals, beating every single team that got in their way. They'll be facing the team that scrapes its way out of the losers bracket.
Speaking of which, here are our losers. Teams by Curious Codes: Hypertrophy, 4 Kids and a Fat Guy, Lightspeed Saber League, flowtoys, Speed Cube Solvers, and the band of randos that joined together to form Double Decker. Basically everyone except Curious Codes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Checks out by my math.
And we'll find out who's the best of the worst right after this.
My name is Jason Garfield, and I haven't eaten in almost 100 hours. Join me as I travel the world searching for the best places to eat after starving myself for several days at a time. Being one of the most sought-after professional jugglers in the world, I always have to fit into my uber-tight performance pants. After recovering from open-heart knee surgery and living with projectile dysfunction, this takes strategic planning and emotional intelligence. Exercise, performing, fasting, and fooding with friends. This is my life of fast food.
Welcome back to Dodge Juggle 3, Revenge of the Dodgeballs. We're about to start the losers bracket to determine who will face off against Curious Codes in the finals. But first, it's time for Dodge Juggle Origins, brought to you by the Passing Zone.
Thanks, Adam. You know, Dodge Juggle did not exist before 2016, at least not as a sport anyway.
No, people may have randomly thrown things at jugglers, but not to score points.
Yes, of course. So, how was Dodge Juggle conceived?
I'm glad you asked. Well, I like the idea of making it difficult to juggle by introducing outside elements, but I also wanted to make it accessible for people who do not juggle, and you know, anyone can throw a ball. So I was kind of thinking of a combination of the dunk tank and carnival, you know, the game.
Sure.
Now, we tested out Dodge Juggle for the first time the night before the first tournament at Moxie Games 1, and it was an instant success. I mean, you guys were there.
Oh yeah, we remember it well.
Sure.
Penn, you were there.
Yeah, I like seeing people get hit with things.
Yeah, and now it's become several people's favorite sport. So what does the future hold for Dodge Juggle?
Well, we are working on Celebrity Dodge Juggle for Moxie Games 4, so imagine Team Avengers up against Team Thanos. You know, we provide the jugglers, movie studio provides their cast. Now, speaking of movies, Moxie Games Productions is going to produce a full-length feature film. Dodge Juggle, the movie. An American spy learns to juggle and infiltrates North Korea during the World Dodge Juggle Championships, where he's forced to choose between a Dodge Juggle victory and saving the world from global thermonuclear war. His choice may surprise you. That, and we've also started offering Dodge Juggle to corporate functions as a team building activity. So the future of Dodge Juggle is as bright and fabulous as this donut.
You're insane.
And how are you not fat?
I haven't eaten in 5 days.
That'll do it.
Yes.
All right, starting the losers bracket now with Hypertrophy up against Bi-Curious Codes. So Hypertrophy now employing the double-decker strategy, Josh Horton and Noah Schmeissner.
We have a replacement juggler in for Joe.
All right. Also a little bit of crowding. A little crowding going on.
You see Johnny Mac and Houdini.
Houdini using his girth to block a lot of these throws.
Yes. Nothing can get through.
That is excellent.
Almost crushes Josh Horton.
The only thing that got through was the defender.
Double-decker defense from Dantel Hood and Ollie Brown. Noah Schmeissner trying to stay low.
Now they used the two largest, probably intentionally, the two largest players there to block for Josh, but still got through.
Johnny Mac sees that one go right off his hand, bouncing into Josh Horton. Nothing left to do. Noah Schmeissner took one off the face. All 5 clubs go down. Bi-Curious Codes is out. They're gone, and Hypertrophy clinging on to dear life. They will face the winner of this next match between Lightspeed Saber League and Flowtoys. Michelle Wright and Daniel Limon Martinez defending Matan Presberg. Dakota Hall and Sean Von Stad defending Noah Schmeissner. Daniel Limon Martinez, Michelle Wright on the defense, trying to keep Matan Presberg clean. They're unable to do so. Flowtoys go in front, 1-0. Shot up over the top and into the back of the head. That is legal.
Yeah, got him on the top of the head. And
that was on the rebound. So it bounced off the wall into his head. He was like, oh, what's touching me?
Double shots up over the top.
Thought he dodged it.
He made a couple.
Not much that Matan can do as Flowtoys goes up 1-0. Firing high, off the wall, off the club. That round's over in a hurry for Flowtoys. Noah Schmeissner's not about to stop. He's even going to throw a little mustard on top of the victory.
Total mustard. Look at that. 9-7-5-3-1 into singles. That's what that was there.
Blowing right past Michelle and Daniel. Lightspeed Saber League. They should have brought their lightsabers to this battle.
So Team Flowtoys sending the Rebellion packing, now moving on to face off against Hypertrophy. Flowtoys and Hypertrophy trying to emerge from the losers bracket. Quick move to the 4 by Hypertrophy. Yuri Marmerstein fires off a couple balls. Schmeissner goes down almost immediately. Hypertrophy goes up 1-0. Kristen Hauschild gets the shield. Sean Van Stad in front.
These rainbow attacks are pretty effective.
And Hypertrophy goes up with those hard charging throws. Hauschild and Hypertrophy leading 1-0.
And obviously all of the 5 club jugglers are amazing. If you have a better 5 club juggler on one side than the other, your chances are really high for winning every round.
The double-decker defense from Hypertrophy again. This one comes off the back wall, and Hauschild, he didn't even see that ball coming. What is he supposed to do about that? Round 3, the rubber match between Schmeissner and flowtoys. Hauschild and Hypertrophy. Ollie Brown, Dantel Hood trying to keep Hauschild clean. Out of the left hand goes the club, but it's a double out on the play. Both jugglers losing a club at approximately the same time. You see Schmeissner getting hit off the back wall. Van Stad thinks he has a victory. Unfortunately, he does not. Up over the top, you see the throws coming from one side, Hypertrophy on the other.
This is a high adrenaline sport. Most of these players probably have broken bones at this point and have no idea.
Round 3, one more time. Who's going to get the victory here? We see Hypertrophy with the quick fire shot.
Oh, look at that, getting hit in the head.
Yeah.
Taking 2 for the team.
Right.
And many of them, you can tell, had head injuries before they even arrived.
That's how we get people to agree to play.
Sure.
Setting down the defender, what a chivalrous man Ollie Brown is. Off the back wall comes the throw. Hauschild, Brown, and Hood.
In the face of Ollie, in the face of Dantel.
Oh my.
Christian continues to juggle.
They're doing their job.
Defenders to the end.
That is just the price of victory sometimes in Dodge Juggle. Hypertrophy still hanging in there, sending flowtoys out of the tournament, but their Vision Glow clubs remain. A piece of the demised Team Flowtoys continues to live on in the tournament. Hypertrophy will move on to face the winner of the next match between Speed Cube Solvers and 4 Kids and a Fat Guy.
Zappos are ballast to wow. 365-day returns.
Welcome back to Dodge Juggle 3.
Revenge of the Dodgeballs.
4 Kids and a Fat Guy. Speed Cube Solvers. Losers bracket battle. Dragsjø up
that
top.
Came from an angle shot.
Speed Cube Solvers celebrating the victory. 1-0 Cube Solvers. Where is the defensive effort there? From the fat guy. I mean, the fat guy basically letting the kids do all the work. That's child labor.
It's like he didn't even see it coming.
Yeah, I never saw it. Got to fight it,
Didn't defend it.
He's got a bad left eye.
Yeah, blind spot.
1-0 Speed Cube Solvers. 4 Kids and a Fat Guy looking to stay alive here in the losers bracket. Dragsjø has him moving fast. The fat guy kind of stuck in his ways. Hauschild with the club down. We are tied. 1-1 between 4 Kids and a Fat Guy, and the little ones are victorious. Trip Peters jumping up, trying to stop that shot. Kick Clement on the defense as well. Kick Clement with the good dodgeball defense, ball in hand, trying to knock the other ball away, but Hauschild loses one out to the left, and we're going to go to a deciding round 3 between 4 Kids and a Fat Guy and Speed Cube Solvers. The fat guy has the defensive responsibilities, and he lets them down.
Well, that's the problem with having 4 kids, or maybe just having one fat guy.
Yeah.
I mean, Bi-Curious Codes had several of just the fat guy.
The fat guy jumps right back into Eivind. Dragsjø. What is he supposed to do there? The fat guy putting all of his body right back into Eivind Dragsjø.
The onslaught.
I guess they had enough time to solve this Dodge Juggle problem. Speed Cube Solvers slays 4 kids and a fat guy and moves on to battle Hypertrophy. Hypertrophy and Speed Cube Solvers both looking to advance for a shot out of the losers bracket and a second chance at the championship title. The shirtless Hypertrophy and the Speed Cube Solvers. Down goes Dragsjø. Hypertrophy has proved to be a formidable challenger. After falling into the losers bracket, we know the success they've had in the past. Dragsjø down to a knee, and it looks like a surrender from Eivind as Jamie Stroud throws this one high up over the top. You can see a couple of direct attacks at the same time. What's Eivind supposed to do on this one?
Not much room for recovery once a club is struck.
Hypertrophy with a 1-0 lead. Dragsjø and Schmeissner. Schmeissner over to the right side. That double-decker defense not used by double-decker anymore. This one it's for Hypertrophy. But what happened to Noah Schmeissner on that one? Noah Schmeissner quickly falls to defeat. Off the back wall and then off something else there for Noah Schmeissner. The ball bouncing up into the right elbow seemed to be what threw Noah off there. deciding round 3 here.
Nice synchronized swimming routine from Kit and Trip as they defend Eivind Dragsjø.
Dragsjø keeping it alive. Schmeissner unfazed on the other end with the double-decker defense of Brown and Hood in front of him. Stroud fires one wide of Dragsjø. Dragsjø keeps him going.
He's tucked in nicely. Just ahead of the wall.
Yuri Marmerstein up front, jumps in the air, fires one toward Eivind. Can't get the club down, but the ball back off the wall. That has proven to be the least intentional but most effective strategy for hypertrophy. Off the wall into the club of Dragsjø. We get a look at the replay here. A bank shot by Salen Jager takes out Eivind Dragsjø and sends the Speed Cube Solvers scrambling. They are out. Hypertrophy is still in. They will now face off against Double Decker. We have come to the end of the losers bracket. One of these teams will go on to the finals. The other team will go out. That round was over almost as quickly as it began. It's a double out. Hood with the arms out wide. Schmeissner.
I think that was just a distraction.
Yes.
Or maybe a slight graze.
Oh.
That was a definite direct
That was
hit.
a surprise, too.
He has one of the best surprise dodge juggle faces. He almost looks like he wasn't expecting it to happen.
Right.
I was like, holy crap, where am I?
Yeah, what just happened? I'm practicing.
Round 1 gets going. Matan, we see him working his way over to the right side with Van Ermen in front. That's a direct shot. Yuri Marmerstein got it, but it's a double out at the same time. Noah Schmeissner lost the club. You see Van Ermen under assault. What was he supposed to do there? Nothing. There's just little he can do to help defend his juggler on that one. Van Ermen's last shot, a two-hand defense, but the club was already down. We see Schmeissner on the other end, Salen Jager trying to jump back and help out on the defensive effort, but it was already too late. Can anyone pick up a victory here between Double Decker and Hypertrophy? A pair of double outs already. Presberg down, Schmeissner down, double out again. We see Presberg take about 3 at once. Van Ermen looking lost at sea here.
Let's see if he makes that same
Couple of
expression.
nice blocks.
Oh! What's going on? I'm trying to practice here.
What are you doing?
Can you guys play somewhere else?
Yeah, that ball just about hit me.
I was juggling.
I was going for my record.
Boy, Ollie Brown is just a sitting duck, and Dantel Hood has been taking him for the team as Schmeissner doesn't lose 1, doesn't lose 2, 3, or 4. All 5 down for Noah Schmeissner as he has to just turn out of the way at the end. Who is going to get the first victory here between Double Decker and Hypertrophy? Right side shot. That is a beautiful throw. Double Decker up 1-0 finally. We have a victorious team here. The shot comes from the right side into the chest of Noah Schmeissner, threw off the concentration of the expert juggler, and it is Double Decker with the lead 1-0 over Hypertrophy. Double Decker knocked it down. Hypertrophy is finished. Boy, they were on a great run, but Double Decker, after switching away from the Double Decker defense, irony at its finest. A shot right up over the top of the Double Decker defense from Team Double Decker for the victory. Double Decker, after several double outs, takes down Hypertrophy in 2 straight rounds. They have survived the losers bracket and will now meet up once again against Curious Codes.
That's right. So Curious Codes in the finals for the 3rd year in a row, this time up against Team Double Decker. Now, Curious Codes already beat Double Decker earlier on in this tournament, sending them into the losers bracket, but Double Decker winning the losers bracket for a second chance at the championship title. Now, Curious Codes only has to beat Double Decker once to win the championship title. Double Decker has to beat Curious Codes in 2 straight sets since Curious Codes has not yet been sent into the losers bracket. They are undefeated. 1 bite. Everyone knows the rules.
And we'll see that right after this.
My name is Jason Garfield, and I haven't eaten in almost 100 hours. Join me as I travel the world searching for the best places to eat after starving myself for several days at a time. Being one of the most sought-after professional jugglers in the world, I always have to fit into my uber-tight performance pants. After recovering from open-heart knee surgery and living with projectile dysfunction, this takes strategic planning and emotional intelligence. Exercise, performing, fasting, and fooding with friends. This is my life of fast food.
Dodge Juggle 3,
Revenge of the Dodgeballs,
is brought to you by The Passing Zone. Dangerous stunts, big laughs at PassingZone.com. Zappos.com. Free shipping, free returns, worry-free shopping, and an unbelievable selection. Zappos.com. Jason Garfield's Fast Food. He fasts and then he foods. JasonGarfield.com.
Well, this is it, ladies and gentlemen, the final match in Dodge Juggle 3. Revenge of the
Dodgeballs.
Here comes your finals battle. Curious Codes and Double Decker here in
Dodge Juggle 3, Revenge of the Dodgeballs.
Both teams sprinting to get their balls. This one is for all the marbles.
Single spins versus
Joe's
double.
back in.
Yeah.
Van Ermen, shot rejected there, coming in.
Matan still committing to those doubles, those high
and a
doubles.
lofty double. Oh, that was an unforced error.
I believe you
Joe
are
Fisher lost the club again. And Fisher, well, that's about as easily if we have seen a club go down. No dodgeball in, no defender backing his way down. 1-0 is the lead. Fisher over on the right side. He's able to keep it alive this time. Matan Presberg, the loser. Curious Codes knots up this championship match at 1. Oh, and looking over at the crowd, Curious Codes trying to hype him up. Here comes the shot from Hexstump. Right on top of Matan's club's right side fire over the top of Fisher. Creepy Legs doing a much better job defending Joe Fisher and his face. It is a 1-all battle as we head into the championship round. Curious Codes and Double Decker. This one is for the title. Joe Fisher has a club go down almost immediately. What happened to Joe?
So that was a drop before any throws even happened, right?
It was over before it started.
I think a 5-club pattern that never got going.
Now, was that just bad juggling?
You're supposed to catch it the other way, right?
Yeah.
Fisher goes down, and that will send us into the winner-take-all finals. These are the true finals. Double Decker came out of the loser's bracket, knocked out Curious Codes, but it is a double elimination. Joe Fisher, highly concentrated over on the right side. He's had a few unforced errors in this game. Left-hand fire from the barn door. Matan goes down. And Curious Codes goes up 1-0. Matan Presberg has the club go down. Van Ermen couldn't recover in time.
Oh! What's going on? I'm trying to practice here.
You see the barn door with the left-handed throw right at Matan. Laser accuracy right at one of Matan's clubs high above the defense. Juggling lower would certainly help, and 1 is all it takes as Matan is then left with only 1 club. Double defense in front of Joe Fisher. Van Ermen, stout in his own right. Here comes the shot from the left wing. Joe Fisher able to stay alive. You see him buried away there. But on the far side, Matan Presberg can't keep it alive.
Those are the ones that seem to be the most effective. Get him over the defender, angle it just right,
If
so
you
that it
don't
comes
get it
down.
on the way in, you'll get it on the bounce back.
Well, and the defender misses it, and I bet you the juggler sees it coming in.
Finals round 3. 2-0 Hypertrophy in the lead. Balls fired in both directions, and again, Double Decker suffers from having average height human defenders and Matan juggling 20 feet above his head.
Yeah, Matan has got to be juggling higher than most of the other jugglers.
Hexstump right there, firing off the game-winning attack, aiming high with a Super Bowl-worthy pass right into Matan's pattern. Creepy Legs letting it all hang out in an effort to win back the trust of Fisher's face. 3-0 now. If Curious Codes wins this point, they win the tournament, which would be 2 years in a row. So here in the championship finals, a commanding 3-0 lead. For Team Curious Codes, Joe Fisher has been able to stay out of his own way.
This is lasting a little while here.
Yeah.
Andrew Ketchum now defending Matan.
Nice.
I'm sure Matan appreciates that.
Oh,
Joe still hanging in there.
Look at that.
Nice recovery from
a bobble for sure.
Yeah.
4 out of 7 here in the finals. It only takes 1 more, though, for Team Curious Codes to get a unanimous, decisive sweep. Joe Fisher loses one at the end.
But that was a really long run. I mean, even without Dodge Juggle, to juggle 5 clubs for that long would be challenging for some.
Double Decker staying alive. It's now 3-1. We see Fisher losing one with the ball coming off the wall. Was it Joe? Was it the ball coming off the wall? By the reaction, you think Joe Fisher might have brought that one on himself. 3-1 lead for Curious Codes here in round 5 of our Ultimate Finals. Fisher again.
He's not happy.
No.
I don't know if we have to start talking about a potential choke here, but Double Decker now has picked up 2 after going down 3-0, and Joe Fisher has contributed quite a bit of help to it. As Joe loses a club, he's frustrated with himself, and you can understand why. His team put him out to a great lead, but now it's just 3-2 Curious Codes.
So this is best out of 7, so 1 more point for Curious Codes and they will take the championship.
And Hexstump, with plenty of practice, perfects his takedown of Matan's pattern. He gets the Dodge Juggle Hawkeye Award for that and should be up for MVP.
There goes the club out of the left hand, and Curious Codes, after going up 3-0, getting a little bit of fear put into them by Double Decker, secures the victory.
It is a Dodge Juggle holiday miracle.
They lost to Hypertrophy in the first year. Hypertrophy got sent out a little bit earlier on, tried to get out of the losers bracket, did not. Lost against Double Decker. A team made of a bunch of randos, never practiced together before for this, but you can say that about most of the teams as well, pretty much all of them.
Curious Codes takes home another championship title.
And the first team to win, Revenge of the Dodgeballs.
Oh, but it's not over yet. I mean, it is, but we thought we needed to give second place a chance to redeem themselves, so we brought in a new sport for that. Adam?
Thank you, Jason. This year, the Moxie Games has implemented an instant grudge rematch between the top 2 Dodge Juggle teams. Team Double Decker couldn't win at Dodge Juggle, so we brought in a brand new sport, guaranteeing that neither team has an advantage over the other. This is Sudden Death Zone Ball.
Sudden death, 1 score, you all know the rules. First team to score wins the instant grudge rematch. The ball must be dribbled to move with it in your possession. Double dribbling is allowed. If you capture the ball from the opposing team, you must take it out to either outside line before you try to score a point. If you're on offense, you're trying to score on either side of the goal, but you must stay out of the zone. If you go into the zone, the opposing team gets a free throw, and that free throw could just end the game because of sudden death reasons.
Zone Ball, a sport invented by Steve Strangeau, being debuted for the first time on national TV here at the Moxie Games. And we are off and running in Sudden Death Instant Grudge Rematch Zone Ball.
You know, one of the reasons I like Zone Ball?
Why's that, John?
I like the name. It sounds like something we might have made up.
It's not as easy to throw it as casually as he was trying.
So he's got to take
A lot
it
of
back.
accuracy.
Reset it.
Dribble.
Andrew Ketchum went for the deep score there, couldn't get it to go.
Doing a good job staying out of the zone.
Yes.
You see the zone there with the dotted lines.
Sure do.
Don't go in there.
You have to stay outside those yellow dotted lines. This one has to go back out though for Curious Codes. Horton shot just out of the hole.
Some of these people kind of look like they're chasing a chicken as they're trying to get the ball off the ground.
Which is not a good look.
It's not a good look, but nor is it effective, really.
Dylan Clark Oden for Team Double Decker off the edge of the circle. Ball comes back in. Great open look for Josh Horton, and he missed it. Second chance for Horton off the top.
I've never seen Josh miss anything, ever.
Here is Sean Palka off the angle. That's going to be a hard place to score. Here in Zone Ball is Van Erman on the move. Overhand shot, can't get it to go. Palka well wide. Dodson throws it back out to Dr. Pumpkin B with the overhead fastball. And Curious Codes wins Sudden Death Zone Ball.
From downtown.
That was a fastball, too.
Right. Laser shot.
You see Palka between 2 defenders from Double Decker as Curious Codes. Not only did they win at Dodge Juggle, they win the instant grudge rematch here in Zone Ball.
So that's it. Curious Codes proving they're not just superior at Dodge Juggle, they will win at any new sport you throw at them, as long as there's not a whole lot of running involved.
No.
Curious Codes are the Moxie Games Athletes of the Year. Congratulations, guys. We'll see you next time. This has been Dodge Juggle 3, Revenge of the Dodgeballs. On behalf of myself, John Wee, Owen Morse, and Adam Candee, we all thank you for watching.
We hope we've brought a little bit of joy into your lives.
And we hope you will follow us all on social media.
Yeah, go to dodgejuggle.com for that information. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye. See yas.
Are you guys hungry?
I'm all right.
We could go for some shawarma.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe just some donuts. Trying to practice here.
What are you doing?
Can you guys play somewhere else?
Revenge of the Dodgeballs.